Opening Day by D.M. McGee. The cold hard ground, covered by shadows of triumphs and failures that last. The blanket now lifted by the warm breath of spring, anticipation as the die will be cast. It's opening day, sun's high in the sky. In short sleeves, we come with no cares. They'll yell, "Play ball!" a cadence we've yearned, as peanuts and popcorn fill the air. The crack of the bat, the dew on his shoes, the long winter's nap now broken. It's opening day. It is opening day. No better words ever were spoken. Edge of our seats, set to explode on a hard hit bullet to the gap. A dive at the wall, moonshot or strike out. We erupt with a deafening clap. This year's the year. We can all dream the dream. The hope of new season in play. From dawn to past dusk and sea to sea, we rejoice for its opening day. Opening Day by D.M. McGee.
Braves Country Radio. We're excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. They come for reasons they can't even fathom. I'm not even sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children longing for the past. They sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. Back when they were children. Cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick that I've brushed them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. Been erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball is marked time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good. And it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Braves coming.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff. I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball!
Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold.
Down a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys. Pour you a cold one. It's time for Radio Baseball. You're listening live. We're set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call of Radio Baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside for what should be a great game here on the Diamond. As we take you out to the old ballpark, kick up your feet, let's take a journey back to the golden age of Radio Baseball. We'll do our best to paint the picture as the game goes along. Roll call is on the way. It's time to join the country club, join in the fun. Get your game face on. We'll go over the lineups as the game moves along. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Major League Baseball, right here on the BCR Radio Baseball, your modern-day superstation, bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of Major League Baseball and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 300 play-by-play games right here on the BCR. Please like and subscribe today. Don't forget to hype the videos. It helps the smaller stations to bring folks in so we can all root this great game on together. Join the country club today, and a special thanks to all the members in the country club, you help support the BCR.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back.
Too late.
No call! Yeah, no call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, y'all. Hope everybody's having a hell of an opening day. See who we have here in the chat today. Everybody loves Raymond. Dave McCabe from Thailand. Welcome in. Deb, good to see you. Royal Pita. James Fisher King. Will I? What you talking about, Willis? Everybody loves Raymond. What else do we have in here? I'm scrolling backwards. I'm doing a different angle tonight. Mainly because you would have thought I would have relaxed in between the two calls. No, I got in here fist fighting monitors and everything, trying to make my lineup, my layout better. You haven't jumped in the chat yet, or we've missed you, go ahead and shout out. I think I've gotten everybody as I've scrolled backwards. So I don't normally do it. Hey, there's B.A. Baracus. Good to see you. I know we saw Uncle Charlie earlier. Chris Football. Should be just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play here in a few minutes. Looks like the Mariners are wearing their home whites with Mariners across the chest in navy outlined in green. Navy ball caps with the S across the front in silver. Waiting for the Cleveland's. Cleveland's wearing their typical road grays. Looks like we got a pretty good crowd. I'm sure a lot of folks are still waiting to dive into their seats in the concession stands. I'm sure there's a sellout in Seattle tonight, I would think, especially after the great season they had last year. All right, let's go ahead and take that quick break. When we return, pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, Mariners, Guardians. Cleveland versus Seattle. I was about to say Pilots versus Indians, but the Pilots are technically the Milwaukee Brewers. We'll be back in a flash.
is the American game. You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, and that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. Can bring you up here, it can bring you down there. One thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list, but we have a child's interest in baseball, so it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees, and then very shortly the ball is delivered. But in that tiny period when the pitch and the fever of the crowd is tangible, there's a moment of absolute stillness that I treasure.
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
Brooklyn, 1846. In our sundown perambulations of late, through the outer parts of Brooklyn, we have observed several parties of youngsters playing base, a certain game of ball. Let us go forth a while and get better air in our lungs. Let us leave our close rooms. The game of ball is glorious.
It is played everywhere. In parks and playgrounds and prison yards, in back alleys and farmers' fields, by small boys and old men, raw amateurs and millionaire professionals. It is a leisurely game that demands blinding speed. The only game in which the defense has the ball. It follows the season, the fond expectancy of springtime and ending with the hard facts of autumn.
Because we've been playing it fundamentally the same way for so long, the way that we can find the benchmarks that cross generations and cross decades is to be able to use these statistics as if they were labels. They aren't numbers. 300 hitter is not a number. A 300 hitter is a tag that means something today, as it did in 1930, as it did in 1890. I can make that comparison with my father, who could have made it with his father, that common language.
It's our game, America's game.
We'd spit tobacco juice on a spike wound, rub dirt in it, and get out there and play.
Baseball's a gentleman's sport. Sportsmanship spoke from the heart of America.
It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope and coming home.
Somebody sat down and said, hey, it ought to be 90 feet. If it were 88 feet, the game would be very different. Think of the double plays. If it were 94 feet, batting averages would drop remarkably. 90 feet, that was a pick from heaven.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Baseball serves the same purpose as a revolution in Central America or a thunderstorm on a hot day. A tonic, an exercise. So long as it remains our national game, America will abide no monarchy, and anarchy will be too slow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flash in the sky was visible within a radius of several hundred miles, and the noise of the impact was heard as far north as
Chicago, Illinois.
We have dispatched a special mobile unit to the scene, and we'll have our commentator give you a word picture of the scene as soon as he can reach there.
Reports observing several explosions occurring at regular intervals and moving toward the Earth with enormous velocity, like a jet of blue flame shot from a gun.
Crosley Service estimated that 32 million people were listening in on radios.
Quietly, and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
the BCR, your home for the classic call, radio baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another ball game. Yes, sir. Why, we'll send you the play-by-play. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Braves country.
Welcome in. Just moments away from first pitch. And as soon as the 3D kicks in, we'll kick it in. I'll try it here, but last game it did what we call a false start. Well, looks like we got some good luck here tonight. So we'll go ahead and pull the curtain back. Here we go. I'd say that's got something to do with it. We're in the wrong ball game, so give me 1 second. I was wondering what was going on there. I saw action. I saw a guy winding up. I was like, how far behind is my feed? Must have flipped on us during the break, but that's all right. As soon as the 3D kicks in, we'll be rocking and rolling. Cal Raleigh behind the plate, left to right. Left to right across the outfield will be Arozarena, Julio, and Rayleigh. Around the horn, third to first, Donovan, Rivas, and Young. Nailers at first. Logan Gilbert on the bump. Batting for Cleveland, leading off, it'll be Quan in left. Day Lauder batting second and in right. Jose is batting third, playing third. Manzardo, the designated hitter, batting cleanup. Naylor batting fifth and behind the plate. He'll be going head-to-head against his brother tonight. Hoskins is at first and batting sixth. Schneeman is in center field. Arias is at short and batting eighth, and Rocchio is batting ninth and at second. When Seattle comes to the plate, it'll be Donovan, Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, and Naylor, the 1, 2, 3, 4s. 5 through 7 will be Arozarena, Rayleigh, and Dan, as we like to call him, Calzone, the designated hitter. And batting eighth, the second baseman, Young. Rivas is batting ninth at short. We're just about set. Let's see if this 3D will kick in this time. And it looks like we can pull the curtain back finally. So there we go. Ready for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. Please smash the like and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to hype the videos after the broadcast. The lives, for whatever reason, YouTube makes you wait 30 minutes to hype the lives. But if you think about it afterwards or the next day, it's much appreciated. It helps get more people in here the next time around. Logan Gilbert is just about set. He comes set. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in the major leagues, and the first pitch on the way, 95-mile-an-hour fastball right down the pipe. Stephen Kwan, it's 0-1, righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1, swing, fouls it away. It's 0-2. 0-0 your score, just getting going here in the top of the first inning. The 0-2 count. Quan digging in. And here's the pitch from Gilbert. Fires it up there. Swing. That ball's going to be lifted down the left field line. Twisting foul. And Donovan, the newly acquired third baseman, well, he plays all over the infield, but playing third base tonight. And the St. Louis Cardinals makes the catch. And there's one away. One up, one down, and Chase Day Lauder, the batter. Righty-lefty matchup, and the first pitch on the way is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. Gilbert fires it in there. Check swing. Did he go around? He did, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Home plate umpire is Lance Barksdale tonight. First base is Will Little. Second base will be manned by Ryan Addington, and down the third base line, it's Ryan Wills. The 1-1 offering is inside under his hands. It's ball 2, 2-1. Both teams made the postseason last year, and they're hoping for more this year. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss up top, 2-2. Day Lauder has been really hot in the spring. Youngster came up late last year. He's on the playoff roster. Standing on deck is Jose Ramirez, the 2-2 pitch, and does not get the call. Full count. So a full count. Payoff pitch one more time. Swing! That ball's blasted high and deep. Going back on the track at the wall. Did he catch it? bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lamma ding-dong, a solo shot. And Chase DeLauder hit it 358 feet over the wall. And I'm guessing the wall was 357. I mean, it barely got over. Right fielder Rayleigh leaped at the wall, could not come down with it. And it's 1-0 Cleveland. Righty-lefty matchup as Jose Ramirez takes the first pitch fastball right down the pipe. It's 0-1. It was just out of his reach. It was over the wall. A fan grabbed it and then dropped it, but she did not interfere with his ability to catch it in play. The 0-1, swing and a miss in the dirt. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Gilbert comes set, kicks and fires, sawed off foul and out of play. We'll do it again. The 0-2. High and out of the zone, 1-2, fastball. Really strange first time I've seen this today. I've watched a few games off and on, and of course the one we did earlier, but neither one of the feeds is giving the strike zone that you see on your screen. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's like he got him with the change off the edge. 2 down. Good pitch there. And that'll bring Manzardo, the designated hitter, to the plate. One of those ones that keeps fading on you and you just can't help but chase it off the pier with the short pole. Manzardo, righty-lefty matchup. Infield is back and to the right. First pitch on the way is a fastball high and out of the zone. It's 1-0, 95 miles an hour. Kyle Manzardo, 27 home runs last year and 70 RBI, a .234 average. 1-0. Swing, fists it back, foul. It's 1-1. You got to figure that Cleveland is going to be right there in the mix with Detroit and Kansas City for the AL Central. And Seattle is hands down the odds-on favorite to win the West as the 1-1 pitch. Right there upstairs for a strike, it's 1-1. Now, we all know they're going to have to play the games to find out who actually wins them. This Seattle team is loaded. I really think that Donovan addition is an underrated move that they made in the offseason. 1-2 count. Swing. That ball's blasted high. That ball's going deep. That ball's going to fade just past the foul pole off to the right. And he didn't miss it by much. It kept fading and fading. By the time it landed, it looked much further foul than where it was when it crossed over the pole. Gilbert's got to settle down here. The 1-2 count. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. The 1-2. Gilbert. Fastball swung on and hammers it back to the screen. We'll do it again. One-two count. Gilbert comes set. Turns and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball gets away. Rowley jumps on it. He'll fire it to first, and that'll end the inning. but not before Cleveland put one on the board. It's 1-0. Mariners' turn when we return.
I'm about to put this pop versus soda to rest, because you pop is getting out of hand. Anytime I'm around somebody who say the word pop, I'll be like, okay, you talking about soda. I know what the you talking about. I don't even acknowledge it. But when I say the word soda, pop like, oh, what? No, it's not soda. It's called pop. So now we got to talk facts. When you go to the gas station, corner store, wherever to get sodas from, and you pick up the can and you look at it, what does it say? When you pick up a Sprite, does it or does it not say lemon lime soda? When you pick up an Orange Crush, does it not say orange soda? Strawberry Crush, strawberry soda, Tahitian Treat, fruit punch soda. It don't say pop nowhere on the can. So you pop people gonna have to fix your face when you hear me say soda.
I went from Watertown to Appleton, and there I was literally doing 60 high school basketball games a year, 30 football, probably that many high school baseball. And then I went to Milwaukee. From there, got to do University of Wisconsin football. And then it was when I went to Columbus, and I was told one thing and I got to the station, something else happened. Terry Smith, the voice of the Angels, allowed me to do 2 innings a night of play-by-play, sit in, give him a break. He was doing
Columbus Clippers in the International League.
Yankees AAA club. Terry was the voice of the Buckeyes, the Clippers. So literally he's going 100 and back in those days, whatever it was, 144 minor league games to football, never a break. And the station said, well, and I said, you don't need to pay me. I'm fine. I'll still get up at 3:30. Do the morning drive, sports, and everything else. Those are magical words to any boss. We don't have to pay you. We'll get you a lot of work. That gave me a couple of innings of play-by-play every night to put on a tape. Now I've got what I think is the necessary experience. I may never get a major league job, but I feel like it could at least apply.
Am I the only person that hate it when I see people argue in public and I ain't catch the beginning, so I don't know whose side to be on?
Welcome back. First pitch on the way, misses for a ball. Tanner Bibby, the pitcher for the Cleveland Guardians tonight. Left to right across the infield for the Guardians. It'll be Ramirez, Arias, Rocchio, and Hoskins. As the first pitch is down and in for a ball. Off of that one, it's now 2-1. Naylor behind the plate, Bibby on the bump, of course. Quan, Schneemann, and Day Lauder in the outfield, left to right. The 2-1 pitch, high and out of the zone, ball 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, that ball's hammered high. That ball's going deep. That ball's going up against it, and that ball, zip, boom, bam, that one's gone. That ball was absolutely a towering shot, and it's all tied up 1-1 at the bottom of one. Talked about how I thought that he was going to be a big acquisition. He just ties it up here on his very first at bat as a Mariner. The first pitch to Cal Raleigh. That one's going high. That one's going deep. That one's going to bend to the right foul, and it's an 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, the 0-1 pitch, high and out of the zone, 1-1. Raleigh's foul ball was very reminiscent of the one that I believe it was Manzardo hit in the first inning. One misses high and inside, ball 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Kicks and fires, check swing, did he go around? They're going to say that he did. 2-2. Cleveland 1, Seattle 1. Game's already got more fireworks than the entire game we did Red Sox earlier. The 2-2. Down and in. Ball 3-2. Full count. We had to wait till the 9th inning for a second run to be scored in that game, for those of y'all that missed it. Red Sox beat the Reds 3-0. The payoff pitch. Did he go around? He did not. Ball 4, and the big dumper is going to head on down to first. Julio Rodriguez comes to the plate. First pitch on the way to Julio. 95-mile-an-hour fastball, smack foul. Foul tip underneath. Might have gotten a piece of... I think he got a piece of Bo Naylor. Kind of shaking his knee, trying to walk it off. It's 0-1. One. Kicks and fires. Did he go around? They check down the first base line. Will Little, the first base umpire, says no dice. 1-1. 1-1 count. 1-1 your score. Aces wild. We're here in the first, 1-1, a 1-1 count, and a runner on first. Bibby's going to flip it over to first real quick to keep Rodriguez, but keep Raleigh at bay. As Julio digging in at the plate. The 1-1 swing, fouls it away. It's 1-2. Tomorrow, 7:15 first pitch will come on the air at 6:15. It'll be Braves and Royals. Is the 1-2. Inside, did he get? Nope, he did not. Just missed. 2-2. 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. That one looked like it did get him. It did. Check swing. Went around. It looked like it might have been in the zone as well. Strike 3. No argument from Julio as he heads back to the bench. Josh Naylor coming to the plate. First pitch on the way to Josh. Misses high. For a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0. They're going to flip it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. One-0 count. Righty lefty pitch on the way inside, gets him underneath. It's 2-0. Josh Naylor re-signing with the Mariners in the offseason. The 2-0 pitch. Down and in, ball 3-0. signed a deal that'll have him with the Mariners through the 2030 season. $92.5 million, and his numbers really will shock you if you dive into him, because I don't think he's a household name, but he is one of those first basemen goes under the radar, but he gets steals. He does hit for power. He doesn't have the power prowess that a Freeman or an Olsen has, but he'll get you 20-plus home runs a year. As the 3-0 pitch is swung on, chopped up the middle. That should be a 6-3 double play. It is, and that'll end the inning. But not before. Mariners tie it up. It's 1-1 here in the Great Northwest.
And what about if they shut down the grocery stores and we have to hunt for our own food? Okay, I don't know where Little Debbie lives. Okay, do she live next to the Muffin Man with them twin sisters and brother?
I drive all over the city, and my friends ask me for a ride, and it's like, sure, no problem. But if you knew what I saw, or I guess didn't see, you'd rethink your decision. Colors, waves, lights that look like sabers. Is that a person? Whoopsie doopsie. I'm driving on faith.
Make no bones about it, that originally came from food in the 1400s in the UK, and to find bones in your meal was a bad thing. For example, if you had a meal with fish and it had bones in it, that was deemed as to be no good. So that's where it originated from.
Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Fenway was abuzz for the seventh and deciding game, and Boston fans had high hopes for Jim Longboard, who'd thrown a Game 2 one-hitter, was on the mound, but he was pitching on just 2 days' rest.
Are you tired? Very much so. I'm thinking now about pitching that seventh game, and I just want to get home and sleep and rest for it.
But you figured, miracle year, why not?
A confident manager, Dick Williams, allegedly looked forward to Longboard and Champagne, and that headline would cast a lasting image.
I thought it was a heck of a quote that I was quoted as saying, although I didn't say it.
We're hiding. Be quiet, everyone, including me. Shh! Who's making that noise? Oh, it's me again.
Welcome back. Bo Naylor leads us off, and the first pitch is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 pitch. Catches the bottom of the zone. Good snapping breaker. It's 0-2. Tomorrow night, opening day for the Atlanta Braves versus the Kansas City Royals. Chris Sale will be on the mound as the 0-2 pitch in the dirt. 1-2. 1-2 count. Good to see you, Brandon. 1-2. High and out of the zone, 2-2. Two count. Swing, chopper off the plate. It's going to be a wild ride for the Braves as they try to get their pitching staff back to full strength. It's the 2-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? He checked down the line. Third base umpire Ryan Wills said that he held up. So a full count now to Bo Naylor. Every time these two guys play against each other, I want to call the other name. The payoff pitch. Caught looking, strike three. Punched him out at the bottom of the zone. 1 away. Bo didn't like the call, but I don't think you can challenge that one. Ooh, wait a minute. Maybe you should have. According to the ABS, that was just a touch below. It's really difficult to tell. So Bo's starting to put the boxes up, so it must not have been working. It must have been what was going on earlier. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss to Rhys Hoskins. It's 0-1. Hoskins, the former Philadelphia Philly and Milwaukee Brewer. 33-year-old from Sacramento, California, is the 0-1 pitch. Upstairs for a strike, it's 0-2. Fifth round pick for the Phillies back in 2014 out of Sacramento State. He was with Philly all the way till 22, and that horrific injury is the 0-2 pitch, fouls it away. Do it again. Well, technically 2023. He got hurt in the spring of 23. He played with the Phillies through 22. After that, he went to Milwaukee for a couple of years, and now is at Cleveland as the 0-2 pitch swing. That ball's laced down the left field line. That ball's going to get down for a base hit. It's getting down where the green grass grows in. Rhys Hoskins, the old gray mare, doesn't run like he used to, but he'll come chugging into second base, and it's a 1-out double for the Guardians. Willis going to is it Willis going to bed? I made this during the break, during the split. I want to hit someone with it tonight. His first pitch on the way is a swing and a miss to Schneemann. It's 0-1. I just got to remember where in the heck they put it. 0-1. There it is.
Good night, Jim Bob.
The 0-1 count, righty-lefty matchup, runner at second, 1 away, tie ball game. The 0-1 swing and a miss, it's 0-2. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. 1-2 count. Schneemann, I don't know why, but I love that name. The center fielder for Cleveland. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss in the dirt. And, man, he chased a bad one there. 2 down. Runner at second still, representing the go-ahead run. Dodgers lead the Diamondbacks 6-2. They're in the 7th inning there. All the other games are in the books. Your out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. Mets beat the Pirates 11-7. Brewers over the White Sox 14-2. Nats beat the Cubs. O's over the Twins. Red Sox blanked the Reds. Angels blanked the Astros. And the Tigers 8-2 winners over the Padres. As the first pitch to Arias is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Phillies held on and beat the Rangers 5-3. And the Cardinals 9-7 winners over the Rays. The 0-1. Pitch right down the pipe on the outer edge. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Logan Gilbert fires back and throws his 39th pitch of the night, and it'll miss high, 1-2. The 1-2 count. Turns in, chases the runner back to second, does not throw it, but that will be constituted as a move. Righty pitch on the way, high and inside. Ball 2-2. Deuce is wild. A 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. The 2-2, swing, hits it on the ground deep in the hole to short. Here comes the throw across the diamond, a 6-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. Good throw by Rivas. The one hopper caught by Naylor, and it's 1-1. We go to the bottom of the second. Mariners grab the bats when we return.
I was just sitting here thinking that stuff that Don Lemon pulled with them protesters last Sunday at that church. See, that would have never, ever happened. See, at the churches in the South, here in the South, we a lot different. This is how I know that stuff be like strategic, and they be planning that stuff, and they be targeting which places they gonna show up at, because they can't do that. They not showing up in the South at a church doing this stuff. Pull up at a church in Mississippi. Pull up at a church in Alabama. Maybe pull up at a Baptist church in Louisiana. You're not gonna walk up in there like you did and be able to walk back out. Yeah, the South is different. You wouldn't have got past the deacons. We the South side of the Holy Kingdom. You know what I mean?
So you got to Cleveland with the experience being 3 years at AAA and only a couple of innings a game.
For a home game. And then Terry obviously let me sit in with him so I could also learn from Terry, who had a lot more experience in baseball than I did. And that was kind of why I procrastinated, did not apply for the Indians job. Paul Olden, we saw a story that Paul was leaving the Indians after the 89 season. I was like, why would they look at me? I'm the number 2 guy at best, only 2 innings a night. I have no chance. And then the week before Christmas, story came out in the Plain Dealer, which we fortunately got at the news station or in the newsroom in Columbus at WHBY, that they were down to their final 3 or 4. And then you're kind of kicking yourself. Nick had been born. The football season's over. And my wife was like, I don't know why you don't think you have a shot at this. So she said, we can't go anywhere for Christmas. Nick's a month old. We're not taking a 1-month-old out to Cleveland, to Pittsburgh, or to Wisconsin. Go to Mass on Christmas morning, go to the radio station, no one's going to be there. Put together a tape, give it a shot.
Pull up a chair and grab a cold one. Your home for the classic call, Radio Baseball. Tanner Bibby starts us off against Randy Arozarena, righty-righty matchup. First pitch is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Bibby, high socks and all, turns and fires. Check swing around, it's 0-2. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him chasing off the edge. One down. Tanner Bibby, second strikeout of the night. That'll bring Luke Raley to the plate. Left-handed batter Raley stands in against the right-hander Bibby. And upstairs for a curveball, high strike, it's 0-1. Kicks and fires off the plate, swing and a miss, check swing, it's 0-2. So it's strange that both the Cleveland and the Seattle feed both had the box missing the first inning, and now they're both there. So strange, because you wouldn't think they'd be sharing, because they don't have the same angles as the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. But whoever is in charge of pressing that button, it must be the same person. It must be a uniform, kind of like the person at the restaurant that has to make sure they turn the sign on when the sun goes down. Mariners and Yankees next week. We will have the Wednesday game. It's a day dip. First pitch is high and inside for a ball. Canzone, Dominic Canzone, it's 1-0. 1-0. In the dirt. 2-0. 2-0 count. Bibby turns and fires, brings a fastball right down Main Street. 2-1. Canzoni was taken all the way on that one. The 2-1 pitch. Swing. That ball's lifted into right center field. Going back on the track. Ding dong. That pitch is dead. A solo shot, and the Seattle Mariners are back on the board. It's 2-1 for the hometown team. Man, the ball is flying tonight. Normally really not known as a hitter's park. That ball is absolutely... We've even had a couple of balls that just turned foul, both for Seattle and Cleveland. This game could be a lot higher scoring if it weren't for that. Maybe back to work against Young. Young stands in and swings at the first pitch. Fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Cole Young, 22-year-old second baseman. Pitch on the way, misses outside. It's 1-1. The 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Caught looking strike three. Banged him out at the bottom of the knees. That pitch just touched zone, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Mariners put one on the board. It's 2-1. We go to the top of the third here in Seattle.
Whenever I tell people that I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob as a kid, they're like, oh, that makes sense. What makes sense? Why does that make sense?
You know, I don't know why people move to the South if you don't want to act like Southerners, play by our rules and all. There's people in the neighborhood next to us that have just moved here recently. They had to have come from up north because I've already passed this guy riding his bike like 30 or 40 times. Every time I pass this guy, I throw up my hand because that's what we do. We wave at people we don't even know. But this guy, that sucker ain't waved back yet. As a matter of fact, he kind of turns his head the other way like he's not looking at me, when I know he is. But now, he's done messed up, because this has become like a challenge now. Dude, you know, you're going to have to get with the program or you ain't going to make it in the South, I'm telling you.
Females be lying so much, they probably just told Rosa Parks scoot over.
So it's 1990.
And you're with Herb Score, who was a legendary figure in Cleveland, had the prospect of being a Hall of Fame pitcher, was hit in the head by a line drive from Gil McDougall, I think, in a game against the Yankees, which didn't end his career, but it sidetracked.
It altered it.
Yeah. And so he winds up as one of the voices of the Cleveland Indians, and you're by his side. How important was that relationship?
Again, getting a major league job, for me, it was like winning the lottery. You couldn't believe when you got the phone call. Then you get petrified. He's iconic. He's a legend. He's everything you talked about. I mean, your former partner, Tony Kubek, told me, without question, Herb and Sandy Koufax were equally tough for him to hit. That's the highest compliment you can get. And Cleveland adored Herb. And because he accepted me, his kindness, that's the only reason you make it in a market.
Thank you for hyping and subscribing. Welcome back. Rocchio coming to the plate. First pitch on the way, righty-lefty matchup. He's inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Right there for a strike. It's 1-1. Infield is back and to the right. So you do have Donovan playing even with the bag over third. He's all by his lonesome. Of course, he played shortstop quite a bit in his career, so he's kind of built to play third base by his own if you're doing an over shift. Pitch on the way, it's foul back, it's 1-2. 1-2 count. Logan Gilbert with his 5-pitch mix. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Man, that was filthy. Looked like the splitter right off the edge. Stephen Kwan will come to the plate, back to the top of the order. First pitch on the way is a strike right there on the inner cut. It's 0-1. 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing, fouls it away. 0-2. 0-2 count. Seattle 2, Cleveland 1. We're here in the top of the third inning. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, bounces, taken all the way, 1-2. For you Mariner fans, I still can't get over the fact that Cal Raleigh didn't win the MVP. And I know they're going to tell you it's because Judge had all these great offensive numbers, and I get that part of it. But it was definitely a New York, Seattle thing. The 1-2. Caught looking on the outer edge. Strike 3. 2 down. I think Kwan is challenging that. It looked like it got quite a bit of the zone. Let's see how it plays out here. Oh, yeah, 100% of the ball is in the strike zone. So a wasted challenge there. By Cleveland. Two down. Chase Day Lauder at the plate. First pitch is down and in. For a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Well, once again, I get the whole idea that Aaron Judge did all these great offensive things, and I'm not taking that away from him. What I am saying is Cal Raleigh caught 140 games along with what he did offensively. 1-0 misses inside tuna. He became the first guy to hit 60 home runs as a switch hitter. 2-0 pitch, swing, pops it up, high into right field. Fairly shallow, drifting back, making the catch is the second baseman Young, and that'll end the inning. Guardians go down 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Here in the great Northwest, Mariners grab the sticks when we return.
There's a fine line between being sassy and being an asshole. And you know what? I cross that line every day.
Like just start talking?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? I was recently accused of stealing a cigarette machine out of Cherry Hill bowling lanes.
You pled guilty already. There's no accused at this point.
You're my lawyer. You're supposed to tell me what to say and stuff.
You're going to tell the judge why he shouldn't put you in jail. He already knows you did it.
He's such a good lawyer, man. Yo, everybody, that's my cousin over there. He's my lawyer.
I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah, but you went to school. You went to college.
I got a marketing degree. That's not the same thing.
Close enough, baby. Oh, right. What's up? Coming up on you. Yeah, gonna cut you.
You're
I'll throw hands with him. He'd be like, yo, what's up? I'm wearing a robe. And I'm like, only girls wear robes. Come on, dude.
First of all, you're supposed to tell the judge why he shouldn't put you in jail. This is gonna him off.
He shouldn't put me in jail because he knows when I get out.
No.
You gotta let me flap. You ain't nothing. I know all the secrets.
Whatever, dude.
Let's get it.
early 90s, the Indians are still the same old Indians. They're floundering around. So for a few years, you're the voice of a struggling team. And then, all of a sudden, John Hart and others in that organization had a far-sighted vision. They put together a team, beginning in the mid-90s, that was one of the best teams in baseball. But tell me why you think it made a difference in terms of your listeners that they first heard you when the team was crummy.
I think made them feel like, oh, he feels our pain. In 1990, we were better than we thought we would be. Sandy Alomar was Rookie of the Year. We'd made that trade of Joe Carter and got Sandy and Carlos Baerga and Chris James. And, we had a really good pitching staff. Bud Black, John Farrell, Greg Swindell, Tom Candiotti, and a young Charlie Nagy.
Set your alerts and subscribe to the BCR. Welcome back. First pitch from Tanner Bibby is down below the knees for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. 2-1 your score. Seattle leads it. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Blew the 94-mile-an-hour fastball right by him. It's 1-1. 1-1. Swing pops it up. Should be an easy play. Very shallow left field. Calling everybody off is Arias, the Gold Glover. F6 in your scorecard. That'll bring Donovan back to the plate. He's 1-for-1 with a solo shot. Led the game off. Led his Seattle experience off with a solo shot home run in the top of the first. First pitch on the way is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Off the edge, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, fouls it away. 1-2. Seattle 2, Cleveland 1. The 1-2 pitch, down and in, 2-2. The 2-2 from Bibby. Swing, that ball is rifled over to first. An atom ball. L3 in your scorecard. Good play by Hoskins over there, 2 down. Reese Hoskins, the former third baseman, knows how to play that hot corner, even though he's on the other side nowadays. That'll bring Cal Raleigh to the plate. 60 home runs last year. Should have been the MVP in the American League. And he had a towering shot that just went foul his first time out. Righty-lefty matchup. The first pitch on the way to the big dumpers right there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Filthy bender, 1-2. Or 0-2, excuse me. During the break, I had to change out a monitor because the one I've been using as a secondary, that thing wouldn't stop blinking today, is the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Tell you more about that when we return. We'll be back in a flash. It's 2-1. We go to the top of the 4th here in Mariner Country.
I'm friends with everybody. Okay? Don't ask me why I'm drinking with your mama. Don't ask me why I'm golfing with your dad. Don't question me and grandmama on when we knitting together. All right, that's our business. You calling us. You ain't went by your grandma's house in 3 years, but you questioning why I'm going over there? Get the
Your profile picture's a car. And then you're sliding in my DMs like, hey, And then when I don't answer you, you're like, well, I guess I'm talking to myself then. Yeah, you're talking to yourself, Steve_69. I don't know who you are. Like, why? Why would I answer you? Like, it's not like you have, okay, like a public profile. I can see what you look like. I can maybe see your age, where you live at. Nope. No picture, no context, no nothing. And now you're mad at me because I won't respond to you? What the
And Hank brought on John Hart and Danny O'Dowd. And Hank was like, don't get caught up in a little short-term success. We have a 5-year plan. We stick to it. If you don't, then you're just spinning your wheels. So they started trading those players off, knowing they needed to get younger and better. And they wanted it to come together with the new ballpark that opened in 1994. And it became the perfect storm. So we lost a franchise worst 105, 106 games in 91. And to your point, it's still the worst record. Then we all went through the boating tragedy together in 93 when we were on the precipice of being a really good ball club. And that season, you might as well have not played it with the loss of especially Steve Olin, who'd been with us forever, and of course Tim Cruz, who had just been acquired.
And Bob Ojeda was badly injured, but he survived.
And I mean, it's your worst nightmare, and that whole community grieved. And I think because you went through the bad times with fans, you weren't the Johnny-come-lately and you hopped on the bandwagon.
Welcome back. Two to 1 your score. First pitch swinging by Jose Ramirez is swung on and popped up. Lazy fly ball into center field. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. So Rich, the monitor that I was complaining about actually is a Sony. So the continued education of Rich 22 moves on. So I found an old monitor that I was going to just connect to the Roku. Righty-lefty matchup is the first pitch on the way. Is right there at the knees for a strike. It's on 1. And I don't remember why we traded it out, but a while back, I think it's been a couple of years almost, we traded it out for the one that I use typically on the mothership of our computer. Pitch down and in, evens up the count 1-1. Just as I was saying that, it was the actual Seattle feed, but it freaked me out for a second. The entire screen went blue. I was like, uh-oh. The 1-1 kicks and fires, high and out of the zone. Ball 2-2. But I had to find this thing, and I had the new monitor. I didn't really have to do it. I could have just waited till tomorrow, but I was on a mission. You know how it is when you get started on something, you figure you just got to do it. The 2-1 pitch swing. Bangs it on the ground over towards first. Naylor will flip it to Gilbert covering the bag. 3-1, 2 away. And I get to fist fighting this thing and having to reconfigure. And I won't get into the whole nuts and bolts of why I had to move things around, but basically to make it work and to make it more functional, I basically had to reroute my entire office in about a 2-hour period when I knew I had another game coming. So, I mean, what I should have been doing is resting, getting something to eat. Instead, I was kicking and cussing, and my puppies were running around going, what the hell is wrong with you? So that was my day minus these 2 play-by-play games. Bo Naylor to the plate. He takes the first pitch at a curveball down and in, swinging at his shoe tops. It's 0-1. Welcome in, Roy. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, swing, fouls it away. It's 0-2. I honestly think this monitor that we were using, I honestly think there was a defect in it. And because it was fairly new, I never really thought of it as being that. I thought it was cords that we had connected, et cetera, et cetera. And long story short, finally realized that it was not. It was the actual monitor, is the 1-2 down and away. Or 0-2 down and away. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. 2 outs. Top of the 4th. Pitch on the way is in the dirt. Ball 2-2. Yeah, sometimes it's just the luck of the draw, Rich. I'm in enough electronics and other things to know that's just the way it is. The 2-2 pitch. Swing, lift it. Into center field, drifting back. Making the easy catch in the outfield there is Julio down in the schoolyard, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Seattle will grab the bats when we return.
I've come to the conclusion that when I have a child one day, I would like to name him or her Gotham, because could you imagine how great it would be for when it's late at night, baby's crying its head off, and then your wife leans over and whispers, "Gotham needs you"? That sounds amazing.
Popeyes, I have a bone to pick with you. I'm scrolling through the Popeyes app, and yes, I have the Popeyes app on my phone. Judge your mother. I clicked on the special offers tab. These discounts are not discounting enough for me. I'm expecting to see a chicken tender meal for $3.99 or not no $25.99 for a mix and match family meal, 25% off a 3-piece tenders combo for $10.12. I remember when this was like $7. Howdy, I have a 5-piece signature chicken, 2 can dine. How is 5 pieces of chicken feeding 2 people? So one person gets 3 pieces and one person gets 2. Maybe I'm just too fat and too cheap.
When I think about the now Cleveland Guardians and some of the near misses, I've always thought that the epic stories have to have near misses. It's not enough to just be unrelentingly bad and then all of a sudden you win the World Series. The Cubs, near misses before they finally broke through in 2016. The Red Sox, more than any team that you could possibly mention, so much of that so near and yet so far aspect before they finally broke through in 2004. Cleveland, between 1948 and the mid-90s, really didn't have that. There wasn't any, oh, if only, and let's replay this. No, since then, excruciatingly close. 95, 97, 2016, early 2000s up 3-1 on the Red Sox in an LCS. So close.
Yeah, and trust me, it's almost like a badge of honor for some Clevelanders.
Welcome in, your home for the classic call, Radio Baseball. Bottom of the fourth inning. And the first pitch on the way to Julio Rodriguez. He will rifle it over to third base. A line drive as his bat snaps in half. L5 in your scorecard. One away. Mariners have David Segui in the booth interviewing him. I don't know. I think he was the one that threw up the first pitch. I think that's who it was. I didn't recognize him at the time, but now that I see him in the booth, I'm pretty sure that's who it was. First pitch on the way to Josh Naylor is banged over to first. Reese Hoskins grabbed that, step on the bag, and 2 pitches, 2 outs. Gilbert cruising since that first run that he gave up. And I was a big fan of David Segui only because his last name was Segui and it sounded like McGee. So when people would, we'd been playing fantasy baseball for quite a while by then. Someone always had him on their team and they'd either be raising Cain or celebrating what Segui did that day, and I would just be bobbing along with it. First pitch to Randy Arozarena is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Upstairs for a strike on the outer edge. It's 1-1. What game are you playing, Iron? Did you get the MLB show? 26. 1-1. Flips one out there on the outer edge. Arozarena taking it all the way. 2-1. 2-1 count. Bibby, his 51st pitch of the night. Swing, pops it up. Deep into left field, but not deep enough. Underneath it, making the catch, camping underneath it, is the left fielder, Quan, and that'll end the inning. So they go down 1-2-3. It's time to take the 5th here on the BCR.
leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Hell are you doing? I told you we weren't getting involved.
You got us involved when you brought us here.
Where are you from? What's your real name? What was it before you changed it?
Giuseppe.
That's all you need, one thieving wop on the team.
It's much better than you stinking Irish.
Oh, I like him.
Just a drink.
He can play. He can't throw. He can't throw and he can't field. Why do you like him?
He gets on base.
You want answers! I want the truth!
He gets on base, so do I care if it's a walk or a hit?
You do not.
I do not.
Just a drink.
What draws my admiration? What is that which gives me joy?
Just a drink.
Baseball. A man stands alone at a plate. This is the time for individual achievement. But in the field, part of a team. Part of one big team. Sunny day, stands full of fans. What does he have to say?
Just a drink.
I get nowhere unless the team wins. The day may come when the courage of men fail, but it is not this day.
Just a drink.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
Spaghetti's rolling.
You think he'll ever get out of here?
One day, when I got a long white beard and 2 or 3 marbles rolling around upstairs.
Get busy living, get busy dying.
Just a drink.
Do you really want to get him? What are you prepared to do? If you open the ball on these people, you must be prepared to go all the way. Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Just a drink.
The Lord hates a coward. Do you know what a blood oath is? Yes. Good.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is chopped through the hole, and Rhys Hoskins is going to lead this one off with a single, and Hoskins with the second hit of the night here for the Cleveland Guardians. Schneeman comes to the plate, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. Seattle 2, Cleveland 1, top of the 5th inning. Pretty fast-moving ball game to be in the 5th inning already. Game that started just barely an hour ago. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Down and away, 1-1. 1-1 count. But the Dodgers ended up holding off and beating the Diamondbacks. I did not know as the 1-1 pitch down below the knees. 2-1. So last night they started the season off in Netflix, and tonight, and I don't know how many games they had, but that Dodgers game they said was on Peacock, because I went to pull it up during the break. It started maybe, I don't know, an hour and a half before this one. It's the 2-1 right there at the knees, 2-2. And it said it was blacked out that you had to have Peacock, and I just wasn't motivated enough to go to Peacock. So I said, whatever, dude. And then I started fist fighting the monitors, and the rest is history. But the 2-2 count, swing, lifts it into left center field. That ball's going to get down, and he's going to split the gap. Heading from first, and here comes the throw into the infield, and they're going to hold him up, but it's second and third, and nobody out for the Cleveland Guardians. Schneeman going shopping in the gap here on opening day. So now runners at second and third, and there's nobody out. And Arias, Gilbert Arias, really more known for his glove, but he has a chance to tie the game here. They'll play the infield back, trying to preserve a tie at the worst. As the first pitch on the way, slices it back foul. It's 0-1. Arias at the plate, Rocchio on deck, and Kwan is in the hole. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky, foul territory. It looks like it'll stay in play. It will. Naylor makes the grab, and there's one away. Big out there for Gilbert. Doing these out-of-town games, I'm getting to where I'm seeing a lot more action and paying attention to the games. When I'm not calling a game, I'm not as locked in. But I really like watching both of these teams. And with Cal Raleigh being on Seattle, I mean, I became an instant. I won't say I'm a fan, but I do like to watch the Mariners play. First pitch on the way is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. Cal Raleigh, I mean, watched him play his college ball. And just everything about that kid is just gold. 1-0. Swing, rips it down the right field line, and that ball is whistled into the corner, and the Cleveland Guardians are going to take the lead. It's 3-2 on a bases clearing double by Rocchio. That ball was hammered and just stayed in. It stayed in on the right field foul line by maybe a couple of inches as it was smoked over the first base bag. No chance over there for Naylor to make a play as they had him playing pretty honest over there. And we're not guarding the lines when it's only the fifth inning. And it's 3-2. And Quan takes the first pitch upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Pitch outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. I just love baseball, and there's only a couple of teams that I just will not pull for. I mean, that's just bottom line. Is the 1-1 pitch, swing, lifts it. High into left field, drifting back, making the catch. F6 in your scorecard. Rivas puts it away, 2 down. Runner at second and 2 outs. Chase DeLauder, I mean, what a great name that is, especially for a baseball player. Coming to the plate, he had an enormous spring. The one thing that kept following him around on that is Cal Raleigh goes out to the mound to talk to Logan Gilbert. Probably talking about whether or not they want to pitch to him. Three to 2, Cleveland leads Seattle. Righty-lefty matchup as they go back to work. The first pitch on the way to DeLauder is swung on and fisted back foul out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1 right there at the knees. Hit him with the splitter. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. Curveball in the dirt. 1-2. That's pretty much any Braves game, right, Iron Lung? The 1-2 pitch, swing, chops it off the plate. Runner at second, 2 outs, a 1-2 count. Top of the 5th, Cleveland leads this 3-2 after a bases clearing double. By the number 9 hitter of Cleveland, Rocchio. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. And it's 2-2. Good block by Cal Riley to keep the runner at second. I haven't even checked the weather for the Braves game tomorrow. That's actually, I usually check it a few days in advance, but I've been so busy with the production side of this year. The 2-2 pitch, swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. It is showing clear and sunny skies tomorrow. 80 degrees at first pitch, 11 miles an hour in the wind. You couldn't ask for a better day for opening day in Atlanta. The 2-2. As Gilbert steps off the rubber as Day Lauder takes his time out. Looks like the left-hander Ferrer is warming up in the bullpen. Jose Ferrer just starting to get loose as the 2-2 down and in, 3-2. Gilbert is at 82 pitches. And he should be pretty well stretched out, but I think they're just getting Ferrer warmed up just in case. The payoff pitch. Gilbert comes set and brings it. Caught, looking, strike 3. Punched him out on the inner track, and that'll end the inning. But not before Cleveland puts 2 on the board. It's 3-2. Guardians over the Mariners as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Hey, did you guys hear about that angry gymnast? He just flipped.
Some people don't like cold weather. I love cold weather. You know, as soon as you step outside, your body is alarmed and you get to sprint to and from your car, so cardio. And when you walk around, you get to curse to yourself like, son of a bitch, it's cold. You know, and everywhere you walk, you're just head down, not looking at your surroundings. And even though you're not sick, you get to be like, and you get to be outside and slip. And why go to the beach for free when you can go skiing for $37,000? And your commute usually involves shoveling, and instead of dressing for fashion, you get to dress for survival. So I love winters.
I'm having a baby!
Do yourself a favor and flush it out.
He was doing it with such joy and simplicity, almost as if he didn't know what he was doing. He just went up and did it.
His hitting was just unprecedented. No one ever done that before. And that thrilled people, it excited people, it gave you a vicarious sense of accomplishment to see Ruth hit home runs. It became an exciting thing.
For baseball, the timing of Ruth's accomplishments was perfect. At the beginning of the decade, a dark cloud of deceit had threatened the game. Accused of throwing the 1919 World Series, several Chicago White Sox players were tossed out of baseball. Disenchanted fans stayed away until they were lured back by the game's 2 new powers.
In move to clean up game, team owners in 1920 made Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis High Commissioner of National Pastime, and he brought baseball back. But Babe Ruth, too, was a big help to the commissioner with his spindle legs, beaming face, and booming bat. Even when the Bambino hit a single, thousands cheered and thousands more fought to see him play the game.
I am gonna punch a hole through your face!
3-2 your score, bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch swinging by Luke Raley. That ball is high and deep, going back on the track. Yanked and cranked. We got ourselves a tie ball game. Holy cow. Raley turned on one. And 44 feet over the wall. we got ourselves a brand new ball game. Tanner Bibby fires the first pitch to Dan Canzone. The big calzone takes it outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Rocks and kicks. Fastball right down Main Street. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it, swing and a miss. Got him with the changeup out in front, 1-2. Tanner Bibby at 55 pitches. The 1-2. Trying to chase that changeup again. That'll even it up at 2-2. That's good to know that we're going to have good weather tomorrow for opening night in Atlanta as the 2-2. Swing, dribbles it on the ground over to second. That'll be an easy 4-3. One away. We have seen the ball fly here tonight. Both sides, 3-3 ball game, which was considered to be a pitcher's duel. It's been anything but that, as the first pitch is high and out of the zone. To Cole Young, it's 1-0. Righty-lefty, Cole Young digging in, the pitch. Fast, high and out of the zone, 93 miles an hour. 2-0. Cole Young, 5'10", 180-pounder, out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The 2-0 pitch, rifles it back foul, 2-1. Went to North Allegheny High School and was drafted in the first round by the Mariners back in 2022. There's North Allegheny, and the Allegheny River is what the Pittsburgh Pirates were originally named after. Well, they changed their name to the Pirates in the late 19th century. The 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. The 2-2 count. Kicks and grips. Inside. Ooh, that is close. And Naylor wants to challenge it. He taps his helmet. So we will get a challenge on this. It looked like it might have smacked the inner track. We'll see. Right now it's being called a ball. And yes, it did smack the zone. So that'll be a successful challenge by Cleveland. They still have one. And there's 2 down. Tanner Bibby's 6th strikeout of the night. First pitch on the way to Leo Rivas is high and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Swing, fouls it straight back. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Bibby turns and brings it to home, and that ball's going to get popped back foul. 1-2. Infield is back and to the right. Jose Ramirez really playing more of a shortstop depth. Anything hit down the left field line is going to be rolling for days. The outfield playing pretty straight away, fairly deep. The 1-2. High and out of the zone. 2-2. It's become pretty routine in the major leagues these days where when you put a put the shift on in the infield, they'll counter it in the outfield the other way as the 2-2. In the dirt, 3-2. That's essentially what they're doing right now to Rivas. Not really known as a power hitter. If he was, they'd probably be more straight away. 3-2. Swing, fouls it back. Do it again. So if he does get one over the head of the first base side, it's going to roll around for a while. Day Lauder is really playing closer to right center than he is right field. Juan is playing pretty honest in left, and the center fielder, Schneemann, he is cheating towards left center. The 3-2 count, 2 outs. Bibby bringing it. Swing! Bangs it back, foul. We'll do it one more time. The payoff pitch. High and out of the zone, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And the Mariners got something cooking here. Runner at first, 2 outs. First pitch on the way to the top of the order. Donovan, who's 1 for 2 with the solo shot. Takes it right there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it, swings, slices it foul. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count, 3-3 your score. Bottom of the 5th, 2 outs. They're going to flip it over to first. Man, that is close. He almost got him with his hand in the cookie jar. Just got back in time. Will Little with the call right there. Appeared to be right on top of it. The 0-2. Kicks and fires, and that ball's chopped down the third baseline. We were just talking about that. That ball's going to roll for days. Rivas is going to go first to third with these, and it's a 2-out double for the Mariners. Donovan making his presence known here in his first game as a Mariner. They were playing him on a heavy shift, and you could tell just by the way of that swing, when he realized that pitch was going to the outside, he just kind of punched it down the track and doinked it past the third base bag, and it just had to stay fair. And once it did, it was going to be extra bases. The big dumper, Cal Raleigh, coming to the plate. Bibby steps off the bump for a second. He's at 73 pitches here on opening day. 2 on, 2 out, second and third. The infield is back with 2 outs and playing Raleigh to pull to the right. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 95 up around the letters. It's 0-1. Cal must have been sitting on something soft because that ball went right by him. You don't normally see that. The 0-1. Upstairs. Called for a strike. And Raleigh didn't like the call, but I don't think he's going to challenge it. It's 0-2. Wise not to. It looked like it just hit the top of the zone. As a catcher, I don't think you're going to see him, unless it's in a big, big situation. I don't think you're going to see catchers challenge a lot when they're at the plate with the stick in their hand because they want those in their back pocket when they have the glove. The 0-2 pitch, down and in. Good take. One and two. 1-2 count. Pitch misses high and out of the zone, 2-2. So Deuce is wild here in the fifth inning. 2 on, 2 out, a 2-2 count. The score is 3-3. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 3, got him. And that'll end the inning. But the Mariners and Guardians are now tied 3-3. We'll be back in a flash, heading to the sixth here in Washington.
You drinking anymore?
Oh, me? No, I quit drinking.
Never gonna drink again?
Nope.
You wanna stop at the bar by the Chinese restaurant? Just get a quick shot, me and you, and then we'll go.
Oh, the Chinese bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, crap.
Can I help you?
No.
What are you doing here?
I'm really sorry. I was going to Ding Dong ditch you guys. I'm super sorry.
Did your dad know you're out here doing this? I will call him right now.
Yeah, he does know.
I doubt that.
What's the holdup?
I've been caught! Is that your dad?
Yeah.
Run!
You gotta go!
So what do you think? I don't know. I really like Jeff, and I'm not dating anyone else. I mean, not that I would date two guys at the same time anyway, because in grade school, this nun told me if I kissed two boys in the same day, their spit would mix in my mouth and it would kill me. Religion is fantastic.
It seems like the community, and now that we've lived there 36 years, it is our home, even though I wasn't born and raised there. I didn't go through the Bernie Kosar, the drive, the fumble. Then it was Michael Jordan and the shot against a great Cleveland Cavaliers team that at that time, they were better than the Bulls. Michael Jordan made a great play, and that was kind of the coming out party of what we would learn how great Michael Jordan was. Every tragedy sports-wise in Cleveland always had the drive, the fumble, the shot.
And the decision when LeBron left, right?
Right. 95, people were so euphoric, Bob, because it was like we were the only city not impacted by the strike. We picked up right where we left off, and getting to the World Series was beyond comprehension for people. And so getting there and losing to the Braves, it was disappointing, but everyone was like, we're going to be there every year.
Might as well call me a secondary street in the South the way I'm not getting plowed anytime soon.
Welcome back. Three to 3 your score. We go to the sixth inning here, Seattle and Cleveland. First pitch on the way from Logan Gilbert as he starts the sixth inning to Jose Ramirez. Is a fastball right there for a strike. It's on 1. Bender misses down and away, 1-1. Ferrer is still warming up in the pen. He should be good to go, the left-hander. Got Mazzardo on deck and Naylor to follow as the 1-1 pitch swing pops it up. High over towards third base. Underneath it is Donovan. He'll make the catch. 1 away. I'd like to say a special hello to the 12 radio stations that are carrying us tonight here on Braves Country Radio. You get a chance, jump over to our YouTube channel and slap that subscribe button. We're doing over 300 broadcasts this year. And that's going to be it. They just brought him out for one batter. And Gilbert doesn't look excited about the decision, but he'll hit the showers, get a standing ovation. He went 5 1/3. 3 earned, 7 strikeouts. We'll be back in a flash. Jose Ferrer coming to the bump when we return. Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Ferreira to Manzardo is just misses out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. Ferrer, the 4.46 ERA last year, the 1-0 pitch. That ball is smoked down the right field line. Juggling it there in the corner is Rayleigh. He'll flip it back into the infield, and it's a long single for the Cleveland Guardians. Naylor to the plate, lefty-lefty matchup, swung on, chopped over towards first, and his brother will fire it to shortstop. He'll get the lead runner. It's going to be a 3-6 put out, 2 down. Bo will be safe on a fielder's choice as Josh throws out the runner, and they'll have a chance to chat it up there at the first base bag. You'd think they would make some plans during this homestand to hang out a bit. As the first pitch on the way to Hoskins is off the plate wide for ball. It's 1-0. Guardians and Mariners at it again tomorrow night at 9:45. And again on Saturday at 9:40. Is the 1-1. As that pitch hits the zone, evening it up. It's a 4-game series. I did not realize that. 1-1 count, swing and a miss. 1-2. So they may not have time to hang out. If it would have been I just assumed a day off. There was normally a day off. What's really strange is that it was catching my eye because of fantasy baseball reasons, essentially, what was the reasoning. The Brewers and the White Sox on Sunday is the 1-2, swing, pops it up into right field, and that ball's going to drop in front of the right fielder, Fraley. I don't know if he lost it, but that means that runner at first makes it all the way to third with 2 outs. He was going all the way. Naylor trucking around the bases. It also means that Rhys Hoskins is now 3 for 3. He's got 2 singles and a double here on opening day. And for a guy that most people look at as the game pretty much has passed him by, he's having a heck of a start to his 2026 season. For you basketball fans, both of those are pretty much in the books. Arizona's pounding Arkansas, and Illinois looks to end Houston's season. They've got a 15-point lead with about 9 minutes left, and if you know Houston basketball, they don't score. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. So a pretty big upset. Well, I don't know if that's a big upset, but it's a mild upset. Lefty-righty matchup here. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Farrah goes back to work. The first pitch, swing, fouls it into the glove. Foul tip. It's 0-1. John wanting to put old Rhys Hoskins at the glue factory. The 0-1 inside. 1-1. Martinez, the batter. He's in for Schneemann. I mean, Rhys Hoskins only 33 years old. It's just after that injury, it feels like he's much older. Is the 1-1 outside wide? 2-1. He broke his leg in the spring heading into the 23 season. And he was never known as fleet of foot, but he definitely does not run like he used to. The old gray mare, as long as we're sticking with the glue factory. The 2-1 pitch, swing. That ball's lifted down the right field line. And Fraley this time will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. I'm starting to wonder, I'd like to hear the postgame, if Fraley lost that ball before in the lights, because it's hit pretty close to where it was there. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the sixth we go. 3-3 in Seattle.
Y'all ain't gonna believe this, bro. Man, I was just going to the house, preparing for my meal, bro. I'm trying to get some tacos. See, you know how it be. I'm going through the aisle. I said, hold on. I done passed the damn aisle, so I turned back around. I see a brother he like, hey, man. I'm like, hey, man. He like, bro, I'm just looking for $1 to get something to drink. And he was like, you wouldn't happen to have it on you. And I was like, you damn right I ain't got it on me. But then something hit my spirit. I said, Lord, too many folks done gave me money, so I'm going to be a blessing. It hit me all just that quick. So I handed him $5. I turned around, I felt a wind brush past me. I turned back around, he gone, y'all. I'm like, ain't no normal man gonna better just walk out the store like that. Something amazing about to happen. It happened a couple weeks ago. Ever since then, I got a promotion to start off. Not a promotion, but a raise, you know what I mean? I got a raise, but they cut my days.
If you asked Mike Hargrove today about 1997, the lead in the bottom of the ninth inning of Game 7 in Miami.
Jose Mesa.
Somebody asks Grover today, Grover, when did you finally get over that? And his answer is always, I'll let you know when it happens.
The 0-1 pitch. A liner off Nagy's glove into center field. The Florida Marlins have won the World Series.
That was disheartening. And we had other really good teams in the mid to late 90s winning 5 straight division titles. But Joe Torre's Yankees were so dominant with that core 4 and their pitching.
The only team in 98 when the Yankees won 114 and apart from the LCS blitzed through.
Yes.
They swept the Padres in the World Series. The team that gave them a run was Cleveland.
Yep.
And the Cleveland Indians are headed to New York. Their 3rd appearance in the American League Championship Series in the last 4 years.
Hey, how was girls' night?
It was alright.
Can I see your phone?
No, you cannot see my phone.
So you're hiding something?
I'm not hiding anything.
You're just like my last boss.
I do not.
Welcome back. Something's going on here with Tanner Bibby. They've got a trainer out there to look at him. It looks like they're going to go to the pen. See if we can get some kind of a replay on what happened, but he was in the middle of warming up, and they saw something, went out there and talked to him. He's gingerly walking off the mound. I don't know if it's got anything to do with, they're showing a replay right now. Let me see what. Just as he finished that last throw, I don't know. I don't know if something stiffened up. Anyways, we'll be back in a flash. Tie ball game, and they're going to the pen after the injury. Mac McGee
and we're on the same team.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
And we need more players. We need you to help us win the battle against hunger and poverty. You can sponsor
Braves Country Radio.
Teamwork is what
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio
is all about. And that's why we need you. For just $15 a month,
don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
You can sponsor a child just like
Braves Country Radio.
I've been able to really help
Braves Country Radio.
And it feels so good. It's so easy. Just reach out now and start sending your love around the world.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
Join our team. We really can bat 1,000.
Mac McGee.
Who's waiting for help. There's room on our team for you.
3-3 your score. And Connor Brogdon's coming on, the right-hander for the Cleveland Guardians. Bibby will lead with 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 7 strikeouts and 2 walks, just 78 pitches. See, he must have been hurting to come out of the game. Righty-righty matchup as Brogdon brings it to Julio Rodriguez. Right there outside for a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Upstairs for a strike, it's 1-1. I think where the confusion by Roy is, and if I did say Fraley, it's because I'm thinking of Jake Fraley, played for Atlanta last year. It's Luke Raley is the 1-1, down and into him. So 2-1 count. Fouls it away, 2-2. Just like when we see your name and it's Roy, it's really Waugh, Patrick Waugh. The 2-2 count. Brogdon comes set, brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3, blew it right by him, 93 miles an hour. They're saying 93, but that thing is jumping out of his hand. One away. One up, one down, and that'll bring Naylor to the plate. That was actually one of my favorite, and I haven't watched hockey in years, but when I did, is the first pitch, 94 miles an hour, blew it right by him upstairs. It's 0-1. Patrick Waugh and the Colorado Avalanche. I used to watch the hell out of them in the 90s, early 2000s. I was in an area that was just covered by Detroit Red Wing fans, and they hated the Avalanche, so I naturally started pulling for them. That pitch is down and away to leave it up to count it 1-1. 1-1 count. Down below the knees. 2-1. I'm thinking about it. I don't have it in front of me, but I feel like that's been 30 years ago. I mean, we had like a bachelor pad in it. I remember a Patrick Waugh poster that we got framed just to tick off one of our roommates who was a diehard Red Wing fan. The 2-1 pitch is fouled straight back. It's 2-2. And believe it or not, I was into hockey for about 15 years, and then when they went on that year-and-a-half strike, I had it wasn't full-blown season tickets, but I had partial season tickets. And as time is called, Naylor steps out of the box. But I had partial season tickets to the Nashville Predators, and when they went on strike and they were gone for a year and a half, you just kind of learned you didn't need hockey, so you moved on. The 2-2 pitch, swing, bangs it on the ground over to second base, 4-3 on the putout, 2 down. Nowadays, it's hard for me to even pay attention to any sport that plays in the spring. It's not Major League Baseball because we have such a heavy, I mean, this is the second game of our doubleheader. And it wouldn't shock me if I did say Fraley when I meant Rayleigh, because you get to this point of the night, you start going bitter. First pitch on the way to Randy Arozarena, swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, swing, rips it over towards short. That's going to get through for a base hit. And underneath the glove, going all the way almost to the wall. Good job by De Lauder to cut that off. That ball almost went all the way to the wall, and we'll see how they score this. He's going to end up at second base as Arozarena, I would think it's probably going to be a single and an error. Did he touch the ball? Yeah, it looked like he just clipped it with his glove. So if they're calling it honest, it'll be an error, an E7 on Martinez, who came in for Schneemann. Quan was backing him up as the first pitch on the way is a swing and a miss up top. It's on one. I think I said Daylauder. It wasn't Daylauder. I just had the right field on. The 0-1. High and out of the zone, it's 1-1. So to clean that up for you, Martinez is in left. Quan is in center. Daylauder is still in right. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Three to 3 your score. There are 2 outs, so Brogdon has a chance to get out of this. Unscathed. He did not give it an error so far, which is a bad call by the scorekeep. As the 1-2 pitch swing, that ball's going to get drifting towards left field. Over his shoulder, making the catch is Jose Ramirez. Not exactly an easy catch, but he made it look easy. We'll head to the 7th inning. It's 3-3 opening day here in Seattle.
So if a coach with 222 wins is in the Hall of Fame, then a coach with 333 would be in the Hall of Fame? No! Just because you're second all-time in wins doesn't mean you're Hall of Fame worthy. But if a coach with 10 playoff wins is in the Hall of Fame, then a coach with 31 playoff wins would be in the Hall of Fame? No! Just because he has the most playoff wins of all time doesn't mean he's Hall of Fame worthy. So if a coach with 2 Super Bowl appearances is in the Hall of Fame, then a coach with 9 Super Bowl appearances would definitely be in the Hall of Fame? No! Just because you've been to 9 Super Bowls doesn't mean you're Hall of Fame worthy. But if he won the most Super Bowls of all time, he would have to be in the Hall of Fame. No! Just because you have the most Super Bowl wins doesn't mean you're Hall of Fame worthy. But if all of these accomplishments were done by one coach, obviously be in the Hall of Fame. No! And the members of the Hall of Fame committee said it's because that's why.
Up 2-1, and Jim Thome hits a ball that everybody in the ballpark thinks is out, and somehow it dies on the track. Otherwise, you take like a 3-0 lead in the first inning, and this team that won 114 is on the brink. But instead,
the Yankees were better. But to this day, can't believe it died where it died. And from that point on, Del Duque was unhittable. That was the first time all year the Yankees had really been tested. Then it was over. And they were so good. And Joe was a maestro in how he handled that and whatnot. And then to your point, 07, we're up 3-1 with Cy Young Award winner CC Sabathia, with Fausto Carmona having the similar year that CC had. Tito didn't panic with Boston, didn't pitch anybody on short rest. He said, we don't need to win 3 games right now. We need to win 1 game.
Welcome back. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. By the way, Fraley, I think he's in Tampa. I think that's what I saw. I think he's supposed to get quite a bit of playing time. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. All those injuries the Braves have had the last couple of years. We saw him for a cup of coffee, but he's really more known as a Red. I'd have to look that up. The 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Spire gets him with the high heat. 1 away. Yes, he is in Tampa. One down as Gabe Spire, part of the WBC. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. 95 miles an hour to Rocchio. It's 0-1. Rocchio with a 2 RBI double earlier. The 0-1 pitch, swing. That's going to get dropped into center field, and it's down for a base hit. And it is a one-out single for the Guardians. Thank you, B.A. Baracus. Coming in the clutch with the gift memberships is the first pitch upstairs. Spire is right there for a strike. DeQuan, it's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup, runner at first, one out. The 0-1, swing. Fouls it away, it's 0-2. Oh-2 count. Stephen Kwan, foul out and a strikeout and a fly out. 0 for 3 on the day, the leadoff hitter for the Guardians. Spire's going to flip it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. Runner at first, one out in a tie ball game. The go-ahead run standing at first. The 0-2 pitch. Swing, chops it off the plate. We'll do it again. I think they might have had a hit and run on there. Rocchio was going on the play. I was watching it, and he was going like it was a hit and run. Cleveland trying to get something going here. Put the ball in play. The 0-2. Tried to get him to chase that bender way outside the zone, 1-2. 1-2 count. Kicks and fires. Ball is going to get dribbled up the first base side, but foul. We'll do it again. Cleveland 3, Seattle 3, top of the 7th inning. The pitch on the way, swing, pops it up, and it's going to be a soft pop-up over towards short. F6 in your scorecard, 2 down. Coming in with the clutch membership. Appreciate it, Iron Lung and B.A. Baracus. Appreciate the channel support. Chase Day Lauder, the batter, he swings at the first pitch, and he's going to slap it through the 5-6 hole. That's through for a base hit, and runners on first and second now with 2 outs. Good piece of hitting there by Day Lauder. They went to the outside with the heat, and he just kind of went with it, didn't try to do too much of it. 95 on the outer edge. And he punched it into left field. Next Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, we'll have Mariners versus Yankees here on the BCR. I believe that's a 4-10 first pitch. First pitch to Jose Ramirez there is for a strike. It's 0-1. That's the second part of our doubleheader. The Braves are playing a getaway day with the Athletics at a 12-10 first pitch. Is the 0-1 down and in, 1-1. 1-1 count. Manzardo standing on deck. The 1-1 pitch to Jose Ramirez is swung on. That ball's going to get hammered in towards the gap. 1 run will score. It's 4-3 Cleveland. Here comes the throw to the plate, and 2 runs will score. Chase DeLauder coming home on the 2 RBI double by Jose Ramirez. Wow. He smoked one over the head of Martinez. And he's standing at second base with 2 outs. Lefty-lefty matchup. Manzardo takes it right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Swing and a miss. Right there on his hands, it's 0-2. Kyle Manzardo down 0-2 on the count. 5-3 your score. Cleveland leads Seattle. We're here in the top of the 7th inning. The 1-2. As that pitch misses outside from Spire. He's thrown 18 pitches in this inning. The 1-2 pitch, runner goes, and he's going to have third base stolen with ease. So how about Jose Ramirez showing off the wheels? He just kind of took a walking lead. No one was paying attention to him. He swiped third with these. The 2-2 pitch swung on, lifted over towards the second base side. It'll dribble into the mitt of Young. He'll flip it to Naylor, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Guardians take a 2-run lead. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR. It's time to get up and stretch. Cheese time. Welcome back. First pitch swinging by the big calzone, Dan Canzone. He is going downtown, baby. Helter skelter. We got ourselves a solo shot in a 1-run game. Seattle back on the board as we begin the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 5-4. They tried to sneak one by him, and he hit pay dirt. How far did it fly? ...444 happy feet over the right center field wall. I mean, he was sitting dead red. We got a one-run game. First pitch on the way to Cole Young is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Armstrong rocks and fires, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Haven't even had a chance to introduce the reliever who's come on. As soon as we came out of break, he threw a pitch and it was gone. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 away. Sean Armstrong is the new pitcher for the Cleveland Guardians. 6'2", 225-pounder. He is out of New Bern, North Carolina, and was drafted by Cleveland way back in 2011. 91-mile-an-hour cutter in on the hands to Rivas. Starts off the at-bat at a 1-0. 35 years old. He's been the Cleveland organization the majority of his career. 1-0, misses inside, ball 2-2. He has had some stints with with Seattle and Baltimore. Had a cup of coffee in Tampa Bay and one in Miami. And has even stopped off in St. Louis, Chicago, and Texas. 3-0 count. That pitch misses. Pitch to Rivas, taken all the way. Number 9 hitter trying to get aboard. 3-1. The Big Calzone's 4th multi-home run game by a Mariner player on opening day. The last was Richie Sexton way back in 2005. The 3-1 swing and misses 3-2. On deck is Donovan. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So coming back from a 3-0 advantage to strike him out. And back to the top of the order, Brendan Donovan. And I think that's going to be it. That is, they're going to go to the left-hander. So Tito's not messing around. He's trying to get a win here on opening day. Looks like that's Sabrowski coming in. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR Radio Network.
If he's gluten-free, how is he supposed to protect me from the dangers of life? Like, he can't even eat gluten.
For the people who enjoy winter weather, why? And I'm the type of person, I'm going to complain about the weather no matter how hot or how cold it is, but I prefer complaining about hot weather than complaining about cold weather. When it was hot outside and I was complaining about 97-degree weather, at least when it's hot outside, it's stuff to do and all the attractive people come out. And this type of weather, even if you are attractive, the weather just uglies you. I don't want to breathe this cold air. These look like Celsius numbers. This is what summertime looks like in Europe. And then it was people in my comments wishing for this type of weather. Y'all can all
Grandpa, why don't you just pick a different team?
Like I'm going to pick a different team.
Leave Grandpa alone. Just go outside.
2016 in the World Series. if you play anyone other than the Cubs, because by then the Red Sox have broken through and they've won their 3 World Series. The White Sox, it was less ballyhooed, but the White Sox had waited since 1917, and the year after the Red Sox broke through, they won the World Series in 2005. Anybody other than the Cubs, the Guardians would be the sentimental favorite, then called the Indians, would be the sentimental favorite around the country, not just in Cleveland. Not since 1948. So many near misses. But because it was the Cubs outside Cleveland, nobody was rooting for you.
No. And the Cubs were so good. But we didn't have our best player, Michael Brantley. He never played in that World Series. He was hurt. We had lost 2.
Welcome back. Zabrowski coming in. Lefty-lefty matchup as Donovan takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. Infield is back and to the right. The 1-0. Outside wide. Try to go with the slider that time. Ball 2-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. A 1-run game. Cleveland clinging to that 1-run lead. The 2-0 pitch. Right down the pipe. 2-1. John said the last time he was good at the show was Manny Ramirez on the cover. The 2-1 pitch, swing, pops it back, foul. 2-2. You sure that wasn't a Sega? Is that pre or post steroid Manny? The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase went in the dirt. Ball gets away a bit, so Naylor will flip it down to first. Hoskins makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the 8th inning here on the BCR in a 1-run game. We got us a good one on opening day.
Miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubble gum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubble gum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer. Salad.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
This is total BS! Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you've probably seen a double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back. As we head to the top of the 8th inning. First pitch on the way to Naylor's high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Casey Lugamina fires the 1-0 pitch and back to the backstop. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, lifts it into left field, drifting back towards the warning track, making the catch just before the track. His heels on the grass next to the track is Martinez for out. No, I'm sorry, that's Rosarena for out number 1, F7 in your scorecard. Cleveland 5, Seattle 4. First pitch to Rhys Hoskins is right inside for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Pitch misses outside wide, ball 2-2. The 2-0 count. Side ball 3-3. Legomia is in danger of walking. Hoskins, he fires a 94 miles an hour right down Main Street, 3-1. Casey Legomia trying to keep Seattle in it, and that ball looked like it hit the zone. They're calling for ball 4. I'm looking at the replay now. They did not challenge it, and let me see. Yeah, it hit the bottom of the zone. Seattle should have challenged that one. I mean, it's going to cost you a base. I think it's worth the challenge in a 1-run game in the 8th inning. First pitch on the way to Martinez is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. 5-4 your score, top of the 8th. As Cal Raleigh will go out there and talk to him real quick. Raleigh getting back behind the plate. Legomia fires the 1-0 pitch, and it's fouled down the line. 1-1. Spells his name Legumina, but is pronounced Legomia. Legomina, according to the Seattle Guide. The 1-1 fouls it away. 1-2. They had originally had looked it up on a Google search, and they were mispronouncing it, so I came over to Seattle, and it's Legomina. The 1-2 count. Swing. Fouls it back out of play. We'll do it again. It is funny when you get guys that will start their career, this is in all sports, they'll start their career with one pronunciation, and then all of a sudden we'll change it. And that's going on in Kansas City right now. As the 1-2 pitch, swing, pops it up back behind home plate, and giving chase, it'll bend in the crowd. So originally, Ronald Acuna Jr.'s cousin, Maikel Garcia, was being pronounced Mikel for the first several years of his career as the 1-2 high and out of the zone, 2-2. And I always pronounced it Michael because it seems stupid that they weren't pronouncing it the way it's spelled, Maikel. It just looked like an alternate version. Well, this year he has come out and he is now pronouncing it Michael, as he did when he was a child. It was the 2-2 high and out of the zone, 3-2. So I had read an article that he had started out one way with the Michael and then went to Mikel when he came to Kansas City as the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Chase one well off the plate. Bad swing by Martinez. 2 down. He's looking out there at the mound. Must have thought maybe he got an old-fashioned spitball or something, because that pitch, 92 miles an hour, had a little two-seam action on it. And he chased that thing well off the dish. But this year he is going back to his original pronunciation of Michael. First pitch to Arias is swung on and slapped into left field. That's down for a base hit. Arozarena grabs it, and it's a 2-out single, and Cleveland has runners on first and second and 2 outs. First pitch to Rocchio. Right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Brandon, that's what I think that he thought. Because the way he looked out there, he was like, what in the hell was that? Is the 0-1 pitch. Inside, that pitch almost got Rocchio in the leg. It had more of that crazy action, wiffle ball action, but this time it dove in on the left-hander. Casey Legumina, 28-year-old out of Dallas, Texas. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Filthy pitch. Looked like the sweeper inside. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Kicks and fires. Ball's fouled away. We'll do it again. The 1-2 inside. Looked like the sinker, and it just missed. 91 miles an hour in on the knees. Ball 2-2-2. Deuces wild, 2 on, 2 out. A 2-2 count. The pitch on the way. Swing, bangs it down the line. Foul. Do it again. Good to see you, 50-22. Well, when I read that, I was like, wait a minute, it used to be Michael, now he wants to go by Mikel. Nah, he's going to be Michael to me. And now he's going back and calling Michael. The 2-2 pitch, ball hit him in the leg, and that'll load the bases. Now, I'll tell you what's weird about that call. Technically, he hit him it's a hit by pitch. But you don't see it anymore, and I don't know why they quit doing it, but he put his knee into that pitch. He was coming out of the way and then lifted it into the ball. And by rule, the umpire does not have to award him the base. He did, but he doesn't have to. We talked about that. I think it was during the WBC. That used to, you would see umpires, if you didn't genuinely try to get out of the way of the ball, they wouldn't give it to you. But the bases are loaded now. 2 outs. And I have less of an issue with it if a guy is standing there and the ball's coming right at him. He just doesn't have time to get out of the way. But they slowed that down on the replay. I thought I'd seen what I'd seen. He started to move back. He's a left-handed hitter. Started to move back out of the box and leaned back in as the ball got to him because he wanted to get hit. He just didn't want to get hit in the knee. It hit him right in the thigh. So bases loaded. Stephen Kwan, the batter. First pitch on the way. Pitch misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. The pitch just grabs the outer edge. Kwan didn't like the call, but remember, he lost the Cleveland their first challenge earlier in the game, so he probably doesn't want to lose them both. The 1-1 pitch, swings, slaps it down the line. It's 1-2. They showed the replay a second ago, by the way. That pitch did miss the zone. To my count, Cleveland has 1 challenge left and Seattle 2. The 1-2 count. Swing. Just kind of punches that towards the third base dugout. Foul will do it again. I don't know if they're ever going to go back to it, but it drives me crazy as a purist that they do not make guys get out of the way of the ball anymore. The 1-2 swing and a miss, strike three, so it ends up being all for naught. But I sure bet Legamina's like, the heck you say, I had to throw 5 extra pitches. We'll be back in a flash. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and old Big Dumper's due up when we return.
This is a waste of time. We could have been in a bar, having a nice cocktail. We could have had a coffee.
So if ESPN covers the Australian Open, you would watch it on ESPN. Which means if you want to watch the Tommy Paul match, you would need ESPN. No, you would need ESPN Select. It's because you need to pay $12.99 a month to watch that one. Which means if you want to watch the Carlos Alcaraz match, you would need ESPN Select. No, you would need to pay $29.99 per month for ESPN Unlimited, not on ESPN Select. So if you want to watch Tommy Paul tonight, you would need ESPN Select. And if he wins, you can watch his next match on ESPN Select. No, just because you needed a $12.99 per month subscription to watch one of his matches doesn't mean you won't need a $29.99 per month subscription to watch his next. It's because that's why.
I'll take to my grave that 8th inning.
Well, Aroldis Chapman will be entering this World Series game number 7 with the Cubs on top of the Indians by a score of 6-3. Tying run at the plate in Rajai Davis.
Rajai Davis fouling off pitch after pitch. Mano y mano, 98 to 101 miles an hour. Rajai choking up a little bit more each time. And of all people to hit a home run, Rajai Davis.
Swing and line to deep left field. It is gone!
And to see the euphoria.
You should see the celebration.
And the absolute agony in the ballpark because it felt like a World Cup game. There was as many Cub fans there as there were. I mean, Cleveland people were selling their tickets for $7,000.
Sure.
And there are kids now in Chicago that never get to go to college because of that.
Welcome in your home for the classic call, Radio Baseball. Set your alerts and subscribe to the BCR. Welcome back, Cal Raleigh standing at the plate. First pitch from Zabrowski. High and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. The southpaw, Zabrowski, turns and fires. 93-mile-an-hour four-seamer on the outer edge. Ball 2-0. 2-0 count. Brings it. Swing and a miss. It's 2-1. Went with a slider. The 2-1. Swing and a miss in the dirt. That'll even it up at 2-2. Standing on deck is Julio Rodriguez as Cal steps out of the box. In the hole is Naylor. So the heart of the order due up for the M's. Bottom of the 8th, trailing by 1. The 2-2. Brings it. Punched him out on the outer edge, strike 3. And Raleigh's going to take that, and I don't think he should. That pitch missed the outer edge by quite a bit, and he did not challenge it. And there's one away. And as far as I can tell, they still have their challenges. I don't know why they aren't challenging these pitches, but that pitch was way outside the zone. Bad call by Barksdale. First pitch on the way to Julio Rodriguez right there for a strike. It's a 1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Upstairs. 1-0. 1-1 count, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Try to slow my video down here for a second. Every time I do that, it always ends up catching up and I fall behind. It seems like I've been ahead for quite some time now. 1-2 count. As Julio took his time out, now he's digging in. Lefty righty, infield back into the left. The 1-2 pitch. Caught looking, strike three right down the track. 2 down. That pitch did hit the bottom of the zone. As far as I can tell, Seattle still had at least one. I know these first few games, I know Wednesday night's game they didn't do a great job of showing it. As the first pitch to Naylor is banged down the first baseline foul, it's 0-1. But the normal broadcasts, as I would call them, the ones not coming from your Netflix and whatnot, they've done a pretty good job of letting you know that it's going on. And I don't believe Seattle's lost one. They definitely have at least one left. The 0-1 swing, chops it over to second. It's going to be a 4-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. I guess my point is Cal Raleigh, if he challenges that, he's standing at first with nobody out. That's a big difference. We'll be back in a flash going to the ninth, but once again, the umps needs to make the right call.
Pro marriage tip: if your wife goes silent for once, do not be happy, because that's her just buffering. And as you can see, the update's already hitting me, and she's beware.
If I don't hear your elbow hitting the wall of the shower, you ain't washing good enough.
Did you drink before you came here?
No, but I'm going to start drinking if we don't start getting to the point here.
I ain't gonna lie to you, this is a hard economy to not do drugs in. Because you know what's cheaper than 3 days worth of food? Getting a bag of dope and not eating for a week.
Slap and tickle. Where does that saying come from? Well, parts of it, the tickle part of it, stems back from the 1400s, when tickle meant to touch or caress gently, and the slap part comes a little bit later, but those both put together in the early 1900s, and slap and tickle meant foreplay.
No, wait, don't go. I can change.
The 97 World Series. You were in the Cleveland clubhouse with Bob DiBiasio, the longtime PR guy. And there's footage of you and Bob watching as you inch closer, one more out. You're able to do that on a local level. Fans know that even though you'll give the other team credit, you're professional that way. You want Cleveland to win. Talk about the difference between a local broadcaster and a network broadcaster. I always felt that, especially in the postseason, you need to broaden it out for the people who haven't followed those two teams all year long. So a Braves fan says, hey, I know that about Chipper Jones. I've known that since April. But maybe the guy in Lincoln, Nebraska doesn't. So the network broadcast has to, at least in the first couple of games of a series, be broader.
Welcome in, your home for the classic call, Radio Baseball. Welcome back. Cooper Criswell coming in for the Seattle Mariners. On the bump, the right-hander fires the first pitch to Chase DeLauder. For a strike, it's 0-1. Cooper Criswell, 29-year-old. The 0-1 pitch is swung on. That ball is swatted deep into right field. Going back on the track. And ding-dong, that pitch is dead. DeLauder, 422 feet over the wall. His second home run of the year, second home run of the night. Kicks and fires. Caught looking, strike three, punched him out on the outer edge. Went away. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch on the way. Outside wide for a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires, snaps it at the knees, 1-1. The 1-1 count. Cooper Criswell coughing up that home run. And now down 2-1 to Kyle Manzardo. Came over from Boston the last couple of years. Before that, he was with Tampa and the Angels, the 2-1. This is upstairs. Ball 3-1. Calling that a sweeper, but man, that thing has got some wicked action at the end. You don't see many sweepers that bend up. The 3-1 pitch swing. That ball's laced down the left field line. That ball's going back on the track, just missing the foul pole, the 331 mark in left field. And it's a loud strike, 3-2 the count. Full count, 2-run game. The payoff pitch, inside. And he'll head on down to first. Righty-lefty matchup now is Naylor stands at the plate, and he takes the first pitch at the top of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Runner at first, one out. Criswell bringing it. Drifts one in on his hand. Sinker misses. 1-1. Y'all are talking about that the thing that happened with the Yankees last night, but also is the 1-1 outside wide 2-1. We were doing the game and the Giants had a chance. So it was still early in the game. It was 5-0. There was nobody on. Luis Arias was at the plate as a 3-0 count. As the 2-1 pitch, swing and miss. 2-2. Much like what happened to Kyle Raleigh a second ago. He got ball 4. He didn't challenge it. So he was probably figuring, well, 3-1. Probably shouldn't challenge it. It's too early. He ends up dribbling out to second base as the 2-2. Broken bat is a comebacker to the mound. Fires it to second. You're going to get a 1-6-3 put out to end the inning, but not before Cleveland puts one on the board. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. In a 2-run game, Seattle trying to come from behind on opening day.
Nut house. Where does that saying come from? Well, it was first used as a derogatory term in 1905, something like that in someone's writings. But originally, nut has been a slang term before that, representing your head. And the two words were joined later on in time, as I say, in the 1900s. And that's where it comes from, nut house.
White liberal racism is worse than getting called the hard R every single day of my life.
I never saw my mama or my granny hanging out with a bunch of women, and now that I'm 34, I get it.
Had my first day of college today. Never felt more out of place in my whole entire life. Okay, I had to get Chick-fil-A just to ease my soul. And I'm gonna go home. No, I don't get to go home. I'm gonna go pick up my kid. But tonight, I'm gonna take 10 showers. I'm gonna take 10 mother showers, okay? Because I don't want to be friends with any of those mother okay?
I've wanted to always stay in radio. I've had opportunities to do television. One, I'm a radio play-by-play guy at heart, so I like being in control, so to speak, and painting the picture, whereas as we know in television, the camera is doing a lot of that for you. But also, I didn't want to miss out on postseason. Those are the games, as you know, you've called so many big events in your life. We all relish the postseason. They're the most special moments that you'll ever have as a broadcaster, especially on the local level, because every pitch means so much.
Yeah.
And there's just nothing like it. You don't sleep for the month of October and you could care less. I'm disappointed for people that can't experience it. And it's a big reason why, among other things, I've always wanted to stay in radio.
Welcome back. Randy Arozarena leads us off here. Bottom of the ninth inning. First pitch from Smith is into the dirt. For a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Right there. Ooh, did not get the call. Pretty good frame there, but the pitch did look like it missed. Ball 2-0. 2-0 count. 16 saves last year for Smith. 22 attempts. This is the 2-0 right down the pipe, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, right down Main Street, 96 miles an hour. So a 2-2 to Arozarena. Standing on deck is Rayleigh, Canzone in the hole. The 2-2 in the dirt, good take. Trying to get him to chase. That bender just fell off the table. Full count. Arozarena trying to get on base to bring the tying run to the plate. The payoff pitch. Smith kicks and fires. Swing. That ball's lifted into center field, but not very deep underneath it. Making the easy catch is Stephen Kwan for out number 1. Rayleigh coming to the plate. First pitch swinging, and he slices it down the third base line, but foul. It's 0-1. That ball almost had eyes. We're playing him on a shift, so there's a little bit of room there between the third baseman and the third base line, and it was a little flare that just missed the line. The 0-1 righty-lefty matchup. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 97. Bringing it by him. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Blew it right by him. Gade Smith Express, 2 down. You know, not many teams can lose an Emmanuel Clase and have a guy like Smith come right up and really hasn't missed a beat. He was one of the main reasons why they ran down the Tigers last year. First pitch on the way to Canzone. Right there at the knees, it's 0-1. The Big Cal Zone has hit 2 home runs tonight, both of them over 400 feet. The 0-1 bender down below the knees, that'll even it up at 1-1. 862 total feet tonight on the 2 home runs. 1-1 pitch, swing, fouls it away. 1-2. The best he can do right now is make it a 1-run game. Young is on deck. Rivas in the hole. Now they do have some guys that they could pinch hit with. Bliss, Mitch Garver, Ref Snyder, and Robles. 1-2. Swing, whistles that thing back up the middle, and that thing was caught by Arias, and that'll end the game. L6 in your scorecard. That thing was bending like an unbelievable wiffle ball by the head. of Cade Smith and a great catch by Arias. You don't see that a lot when you can see it come right at you like that. Almost in 3D it looked like. Cleveland wins. The Cleveland Guardians win 6-4. 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Guardians. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Seattle Mariners. Player of the game getting the game ball. I think it unanimous. It'll be the big calzone, Dan Canzone. 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 2 runs and 2 RBIs, and he starts the season off with a .500 batting average. His OPS well over 1,000. In Cleveland, 1-0. Seattle drops to 0-1. And we'll see you tomorrow night for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves opening day versus the Kansas City Royals. That ought to be a fun one. You've got some big names on the Royals, and of course we all know the usual suspects for Atlanta. Y'all have a great one. 6-4 your final. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two." "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.